Caveman here, and welcome back. And today I'm going to talk about the top 3 ways to make money in GTA 5 online this week. So if you enjoy this kind of video, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and let's get straight into the video. This week, triple money on Deadline. You can launch it here from the loading menu, or you can launch it from the pause menu. Jobs, play jobs, Rockstar created, adversary mode, Deadline. I'll briefly talk about each one. Deadline, it's basically Tron. You guys drive these bikes that leave these trails that destroy anything that they touch. There's 2 modes, last alive, so you have a limited amount of lives, and then you have one that you need to earn kills. They have 7 different maps, some are really good, some are not. This one right here is Deadline 2. This map is really good and one of the biggest maps. This one right here is Deadline 1. This one also is pretty good and very big. It's basically built on the very top, so you see the top of the skyscrapers. Deadline 3, this one is really good too. This one is basically a giant half pipe. Drive up the walls vertically, it's really good. Deadline 4, this one by far is my favorite. It's very open with these pipe loops. A really good technique is go inside the pipes and do a loop to cut somebody off. It seems like the Saturo behaves so differently compared to how cars behave in the pipes. Deadline 5, this is by far the worst deadline out of all of them. You got this mini maze filled with crates on one side, and then you have a ramp on the other side. This one by far is the smallest and most compact one. Deadline 6, this one's pretty good. It's a lot different than the other ones. This one's the only mode that I noticed it lets you have a top-down view when you press circle. I like this one the most because it has ramps. Deadline 7, this one is by far the biggest. It has 2 ramps on the side, and in the middle there's one large lower region. So far we talked about all the maps. Now we're going to talk about how much does it make. This is how much you get for a win. That round took 5 minutes and you got 24k for the win. Number 2 person got 12k, and the number 3 person got 7k, and the last person got 5k. So playing 30 minutes, even though I lost, 55k for the match bonus. That is for completing the match, not including the match wins and match losses. For some reason, the Deadline match result screens don't pop up sometimes. This is how much money I had at the very beginning of the match. So I had 10k cash on me already. So playing 30 minutes of Deadline, I made a little over 100k, and that was with losing. Stunt races are double money in RP this week. All of them have different race length and time, so the payouts are all different on each of them. So I will just briefly talk about the ones that I like and the ones are worth doing. Plummet, this is by far my favorite one. There's 2, there's Plummet 1 and Plummet 2. This is Plummet 1, and Plummet 1 is a lot longer. This is point to point, so that means it's 1 lap. The only tip for this race is do not crash, because if you crash, you can't win. There's no way to catch up. For this race, I would recommend a Krieger or a Devastate, and this is the payout. The race took less than 4 minutes, so the top payout is for the top winners. 15k for first, 10k for second, 8k for third, 4k for fourth, and lower and lower. Unlike Deadline, the stunt races, the payouts get higher with more people playing. Double loop is pretty fun. There's a lot of loops and there's a lot of wall rides. Each time you do a loop, there's a chance that the other team can crash into you right where you fly through the loop. And this is the payout. The max players is 16, we had 13. So 37k for top, 25k for the second, 15k for the third, and so on. The payout is crazy for the top winner because the races last only 4 minutes. If you want a higher payout, put more laps. And the best way to make money this week, motorcycle businesses, all the sell missions are double money. The cocaine lockup makes the most money. I recommend you sell when your product reaches 1.5 bubble. That way you guarantee 1 sell vehicle, because I always recommend to sell in the populated lobby. You get 1% for each additional person in the lobby, up to 25% more money. And I never really have too much problem selling in the populated lobby, especially since you have 1 sell vehicle. And this is the sell bonus for selling in a popular lobby. I only got 23% bonus because there's only 24 people in the lobby, not including myself. Roughly extra 50k for selling in the popular lobby. Alright, so we saved the math for last. So the cocaine lockup takes 1.5 hours to fill up 1.5 bubbles. that can sell for upwards of 315K. So the cocaine lockup by itself makes 210 per hour just keeping it supplied, doing absolutely nothing. On top of that, you can make 200K per hour just running deadline. So keeping your cocaine business supplied while running deadline, you can make 400K per hour. From there, you can expand and buy more motorcycle businesses and kick up the hourly rate to even higher. But just running deadline and cocaine, you can get 400K per hour. So if you found this video useful, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching, and I am out.